Well, we're doing the video in a shed today because, well, that's the only place I have to do it. I don't want to put this inside the house, the wife will kill me. Just a few quick tips on the chainsaw. We just purchased a 16-inch chainsaw. I cut probably about 60 trees with this so far, and it works perfect for me. It was like $175 at Rural King, I think. It fits me just fine. I'm not a tree logger. I don't run a logging company. I just bang around the house and cut some trees. So that's what I do with this. So it's fine. I mean, do I want a bigger one, like with an 18-inch bar? Probably want a bigger one later, but it's like another $100. I was like, this is fine for now because I can always keep this one and get another one and have two saws, one for a backup. So I recommend buying a chainsaw brand new. If you don't, you'll be sorry. Unless you're a small engine expert, you'll be sorry. Because I can work on engines a little bit. This was rough. The last still I had was really hard to work on it. These things are really touchy. You got to get them perfect, and it's not worth it. Just get a brand new one, guys. They're like 179 bucks. You can get a good saw, and you'll be happy. Sharpening a chain, a lot of people will take a round file, they'll put it on here, right here, and they'll kind of twist it and pull back right here, like so, right? And some of them will actually pull up on the, this is a little bit too big of a file, but they'll actually pull up on the blade right here, pull up, see? A little bit of tension, just not much, just a little bit, and kind of come back like this on an angle, like that. This is just too big of a file. I just can't find my other file, okay? Now what I do is, I don't know if this is the right way, but it's been working. Put it on a drill. And I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, you're gonna over sharpen it, Ross. I don't care. I really don't care because these blades are cheap. Really not hurting anything doing this. I don't think. So you put it right here, and I don't have a battery in this drill, I'd show you. You just take it like this, on an angle. You can go back and forth easy like this and then run the drill. Of course, I don't have a battery, you're gonna run this drill. One, and you pull up your chain. 2, 3. Of course I'm gonna run the drill, but that's how fast it's gonna go. I think it's a lot faster with it on a drill. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but it works so good. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I didn't do that before. This bar right here, okay, this steel bar, most of the time when you're cutting with a chainsaw, you're cutting down on the bottom, right? Well, flip the bar. When this bar wears low right here, because it generates a lot of heat right here, all you gotta do is take this bar off, 2 bolts right here, and flip it around the other way. So now the worn part's gonna be on the top. It's called flipping your bar. So the still will be upside down. That's okay though. These are designed to flip. Most of them are designed to flip. When the chain oil oils the bar, there's 2 little holes here inside on this bar that you want to make sure you take, like with a toothpick or a punch or anything, and get rid of that sawdust in that hole so it can be lubricated, your chain. This is about where you want your chain, just about right there, where you can't pull it out. This is a tiny bit loose. I didn't tighten this after I used it, but just you should have the chain right about there. You're supposed to have a tiny bit of slack, but not much at all. This is actually a little bit too much slack. That's a little bit too much slack, but you get my point, okay? So keep your chain pretty tight, but not too tight because you still want it to move. Blow your air cleaner out once in a while. Just take it off and blow it out. Cover comes right off on top. It's very easy, guys. We have the gas and the oil mix. When you put gasoline in here, make sure you use a Still or Husqvarna oil, 2-cycle oil. I have some right here. 1 gallon per one of these. It makes it very simple. Don't buy the big thing out at Walmart. I know you'll be tempted to do it because it's cheaper, but you end up messing this up. You end up messing your saw up. And you know, I'm the type, well, I'll buy the big things of oil and mix them and do it myself because it's cheaper. But this is what I don't go cheap on. I don't go cheap on this. You either use the Still brand or the Husky brand. I don't know what it is, but they're really good, whatever they put in here. Now I'm going to say something else now. It's going to be totally different. I'm going to mix my own stuff here, kind of. Laundry detergent. No, it's not laundry detergent. What it is bar oil, bar and chain oil. But the thing is, it's not really bar and chain oil. This is a new saw, and I don't mind doing this. Everybody's going to say, well, Ross, you're crazy telling everybody to put gear oil in their saw. That's what it is. It's gear oil. I had 5 gallons of gear oil. I really didn't have anything I didn't have any room for it, and I didn't use it for anything. So I figured, you know, I use a lot of it, okay? Because we have a lot more trees. Well, not really a lot more trees to cut, but I might cut into the other property a little bit, make some money, sell a lot's cleared, you know. This chain oil I put in a laundry detergent bottle. It's great because I can pull this out like this, pour it into the cap, and then pour it into here, into this one. The rest of the spills go back in just like you're doing laundry. It's kind of cool. This is thinner, a little bit thinner than the stuff you're going to buy that's the real chain, bar and chain oil. It's a little bit thinner. But let me tell you, I think a little bit thinner, like a gear oil is still thick, but a little bit thinner is great because it lubricates it better. That stuff is almost too thick that they use. So I like a little bit thinner. I gotta look at the camera, not the. I'm looking at the viewfinder. I should be looking at the camera. See the difference? I find using gear oil is just as good. Now I wouldn't use used automotive oil for your car, like used stuff, and use it up. I probably wouldn't do that. It's a little too thin, and you don't want the steel chunks and everything into your saw, because there are filters in here and stuff. So I would probably just use regular thick oil. It's got to be like a gear oil. Can't be like a 10W30 or 10W40. It's got to be some thick stuff, guys. Okay, don't try putting 5W30, 5W20 inside your saw. It's just not good. It's not cool at all. It'll blow oil everywhere. It's just it'll spit out the bar. You'll get it all over you. It's not worth it. But you can use gear oil in your saws. Thick tractor gear oil. You can get at Tractor Supply or Royal King, real cheap, out of 5 gallons. Or you can spend $15 for a gallon of bar and chain oil. I just think it's a little pricey. I go through a gallon pretty quick. It doesn't sound like I do, but I do. I went through 4 gallons of fluid already. So I feel like the thicker stuff lasts longer when you buy it for $15 by the gallon, but I think it lubricates it better having the gear oil, which is a little bit thinner. Especially in the wintertime when everything's thick and cold, you can't even get it out of the bottle trying to pour that stuff in your saw. So I'm just, maybe in the summertime when it's real hot, if I do any chainsawing, I'll use the regular stuff, but who does chainsawing in a real 90-degree heat? I'm not. Another thing, having a lighter saw is less on your arms and back by the end of the day. I tried a heavier saw. A friend of mine came over here and I was like, I don't know how I'd use that all day. I'd get tired. And I'm pretty strong for my size, and I'd still get tired. You know, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm like 40, what am I, 42? I'm gonna be 43 in 2 months. So yeah, I think that's the way to go for a chainsaw. And don't be afraid, tell the wife to save your laundry detergent bottles, because it works. Okay, another thing I do is I run Marvin Mister Oil inside the saw. Now, I just mix it into the gas as I mix my oil. I mix like a ½ ounce or an ounce. This stuff, Marvin Mister Oil. I've been using this stuff for years. It's like $3, $3.50 or $3.88 at Walmart. It used to be like $2. It went up. But you get a lot, guys. This is a lot. This is what, a quart? 1 quart. So this is 1 quart. That's a lot. You know, it's look at the difference. I put this in everything. I put it in the cars, the lawnmowers, the chainsaws, the generators, leaf blowers, weed whackers. I use this in everything because everything runs so much better. It starts so much faster. It stops the water from getting into gas. It lubricates the fuel. So, and especially in a chainsaw, it's very important to get that lubrication in because your oil is your lubrication. So a little bit of this won't hurt you, and it'll clear all the ports out, little ports and stuff. So yeah, if you don't have this in your house, in your garage or your shop, Marvin Mister Oil, you're missing out big time because it's so cheap. It's not that Seafoam. Seafoam does a different purpose. Seafoam, you know, Seafoam bottles, they're a little bit different. That's more for like, it's a cleaner, but it's like a thinner, more alcohol-y cleaner. This is more like an oil-based cleaner. I just like this better. I feel that it lubes better. I don't know. I've been using it all my life. My father told me to use it, so I'm using it. Use a nice set of leather gloves when you're cutting, guys. Who wants to cut their hand? That's the worst, because you use your hands for everything. Chaps around your legs so you don't cut your legs off. And a lot of people don't wear these things. It's crazy. I think they're stupid. I think they're stupid. I don't think they care about their legs. I don't care if they're professional. If you're a professional at something, usually you're going to go, if you're doing it for a living, usually you're going to go faster. You're going to make mistakes because you're going faster. And wear some of these suspenders, but they're the overalls, but they're real thick. They're like double stitch, so it'd have to go through this and your overalls. Now if it's too hot and you don't want to wear chaps, I'm sorry, it's like riding a motorcycle. You better wear something, because you get that chain in your leg and it's gonna hurt. And by the way, while we're talking about chainsaws, did you know that an electric chainsaw is more dangerous than a gas chainsaw? Did you know that? I didn't think you did. Electric chainsaw has more torque, and if you hit the button, it doesn't bog down. It has more torque, so it grinds. So if you hit the button, it takes a while to stop. You squeeze the button, and if you're still on that button and it's ripping, it just keeps ripping and ripping. The motor doesn't slow down. Like a gas will bog out. So if it hits this, it'll get caught, bog out, like that, it'll bog out. Electric will just keep grinding and grinding and grinding right through your leg. So electric, if you guys think that, oh, I have an electric chainsaw, I don't have to listen to this video. Well, you should, because electric chainsaw is more dangerous than a gas chainsaw. And if you haven't cut before, like I'm pretty new to like about 2 years of cutting, and that's really new, 2 years. But if you haven't cut anything before with a chainsaw, don't be intimidated by the saw. There's no mistakes. The saw's not going to mess up. The blade may come off and throw it in your face. Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing. Safety goggles. These are like the most important thing for your eyes. Your eyes can't be replaced. They're bigger and badder than any supercomputer that can duplicate your eyes. They can't duplicate your eyes. It can't be done. So you better protect these because you want to be able to see. Trust me. I'd rather lose a hand than lose my eyes because my eyesight's everything to me. So these are a must. Chaps. So really, it's just gloves, chaps, and glasses. That's like the most important thing. Everything else, I mean, you got to cover your face. It's this bar can come up and hit you in the face. Yeah, it can. See, the bar can come up like this and you're sawing and hit you right in your face like this. Yeah, that can happen, but most of the time this stops it right here. So when it comes up like this, when you got the chainsaw on and you're cutting, and if it kicks up, watch my hand, look it. Watch when it kicks up, watch what it does to my wrist. Now the chain brake stops it, okay? That's a chain brake, so it breaks the chain so it can't move anywhere, even if it's running. So, watch. See, you can't, watch this, right? Let's go back here. So it's gonna hit me in the face like this. Go. That chain brake stops it. That's what this is for, okay? Very important to make sure that's working. I had a saw that I was using and the chain brake did not work. Didn't have one. It had one, but it was a fake lookalike. There was no guts in it. It wasn't, the model, still the older one, didn't have this. That's why I buy a really good saw to make sure this chain brake's working good, because that's really important, guys. Plus it's a nice guard for your hand. So have your hand here. So don't be afraid of these. If you're new to it, don't be afraid. These chainsaws, it's the human that makes the error, it's not the chainsaw. So chainsaw rarely makes an error, it's the human. Yeah, it can kick up at you, and you know, cutting with the tip of the saw, they say, oh, you're not supposed to cut with the tip of the saw, it'll kick up at you. I cut with the tip all the time. You can cut with the tip of the saw, no problem. Make sure your hand's on this thing. You can almost lock your arm in position so it can't kick. The smaller the saw, the more the kick. So anything that's smaller is usually going to have more kick to it. So this is smaller, it's going to have more kick. So a heavier saw is not going to have as much kick. That's important too. Golly, there's so many important things to cover here. Just remember this, if you're new to chainsawing, and I don't know much, I'm new, you know, you're going to beat me up in the comments, I know, guys. But this is what I figured out that works for me. I really didn't have anybody helping me with this saw. I had kind of figured out myself, and this is what works for me good. I feel comfortable, I feel safe. Should I be wearing a face mask, a guard, and helmet, and ear plugs, and everything? I have so much stuff on me. Every time I make a cut, everything will fall off me. I have too much stuff. Guys can overdo it too, you know. Especially in the summer, it's hot. Now I think my face, I'm pretty good with the glasses. Maybe wear a hat, so if it kicks, it might hit the hat first without hitting my face. Maybe, I don't know. You can put a hard hat on in case a branch falls on your head. It's really good. This is really good to have too. Saw hits it, it'll stop it before it hits your face. Then remember, the higher the tree is, more momentum that branch is going to have going through your head when it drops. So, do you cut with a helmet all the time? Do I? No. I wear the hat. Sometimes I don't wear anything, but that's just my choice. I really don't think it's a good idea to cut without a helmet and glasses. And it's not like a safety video, guys, I'm doing here. I'm just saying, in reality, there's a lot of people that don't wear helmets. You know, homeowners don't really gear up like that. If you don't have anything, is put a pair of glasses on and wear some thick jeans. If you don't have anything, if you don't want to pay for the $50 for the chaps, you guys, there's no excuse for the gloves. You should have gloves on, leather gloves, because your hands get, you know, you have to have gloves. But if you don't want to afford the chaps, get some thick jeans, and that'll save you a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. This is like Kevlar, that's why it saves you. But the jeans will help you a little bit, or the Oshkoshes, or whatever they call them, and what I'm wearing, that'll help you a little bit. So if you can at least wear that and glasses and a set of gloves. These glasses are like $5. Gloves, I don't know, $2, you know, but you buy them in a bulk. So if you can at least wear those two things, gloves and jeans, you're doing pretty good. You're doing a lot better if you wear the chaps, the helmet, the glasses, and the gloves. And jeans underneath the chaps, you're doing real good. But, you know, I don't want to bore you in this video. I'm going to do another video. This is just in the shop here. We got a loft. We got a 12 by 20 lofted barn shop here. It's pretty cool. But it's a mess right now. I'm going to put insulation in. I'm going to put lighting in here. Maybe. But it's going to be all solar lighting. It's going to be like a solar shed. It's going to be really cool. So, it might be both. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I know it's going to be solar lighting, because then if I do solar, I don't have to pay taxes on it. We will talk to you later. If you like this video, if you think it helped you a little bit, share it to your friends. Even if you share it to professionals, maybe they can help me. Maybe I said something wrong in this video, because I'd like to get some help, because I'm pretty new at this. So if you have any friends that are loggers, send this link to them, please. You'll be helping me out, guys. And please, the most important thing is leave a comment below. Have a good one, guys. They're the praise. We're trying to make a homestead homestead without a mortgage. That's what we're trying to do.